Sometimes I make poor buying decisions simply because I want to finish a collection. Let's look at a lot of examples.
It's morphin' time!
Hello, this is Soundout here, and welcome back to another disc discussion. This one's going to be kind of different, because before you see things I'm not going to talk about. We're talking about movies or TV shows, mostly movies, where I previously did not like said media, and yet still bought said media on home video for the sake of a collection. I have done this too many times, and this may not even be the only video I do of this, because there's examples I can think of that are in storage because I don't ever touch them again. This is stuff that I may not ever watch unless I'm doing an entire marathon of a whole franchise. Now, why'd I put these up? Well, these are what we call exclusions. For example, I don't like X-Men 3: The Last Stand all that much. I actually probably think it's my least favorite X-Men movie, just because it's kind of like horrifically bad. But guess what? When they first released the X-Men movies on Blu-ray, you could only get them as a 3-pack. In fact, I think most times you can only get them as a 3-pack. So if I wanted X-Men 1 and X-Men 2, I had to get X-Men 3. Now, in terms of this, I don't consider this I bought X-Men 3 just for a collection. No, I mean, I had no choice. This is, a trilogy pack. If I wanted the other two on Blu-ray, I was getting the third one. That being said, if they were singles, it would have been different. We're also not going to talk about examples where I didn't actually see the movie prior. So, for example, this Fast and the Furious collection has the first 7 films. I don't like Fast 4, okay? I don't like Fast 4 much at all. I will probably not watch it again unless I'm going to binge watch the entire franchise. But I like the other movies. But here's the thing. I had never seen Fast 4 prior to buying this, so that doesn't count. And then the other thing that doesn't count is, actually, no, this is the same thing as the X-Men thing. I just wanted to show this off. I kind of have never shown this in a video, but the first 3 Pirates of the Caribbean movies came in such a cool box. I've never bought like a 5-pack or anything with the later 2 films. I've just bought them singles because having the Pirates Code of Conduct with this fancy little bookmark thing opening up into a nice little cardboard sleeve for the movies plus their bonus features disc that is like lengthy and fun, and then on top of that the exclusive bonus disc is inside like a version of Jack's compass, and it actually like rolls around like a compass. They don't make sets like this anymore, and that is a shame. Now for some proper examples. Godzilla 1998. Now this is not a case of wow, you own that movie. Yeah, okay, it's not the worst movie, but I honestly don't like it that much. In fact, I had seen it, I think, in theaters, maybe not. I had the original DVD release. I bought it on Blu-ray, and this is simply because I own literally every other Godzilla movie on Blu-ray. It was just weird having this one DVD case sticking up, even if I had Godzilla series next to it, and I mostly just display Godzilla series separately because it's like one of the best Godzilla things. It's weird. This is like one of the worst Godzilla films, but it spawned like the best animated Godzilla anything. So anyways, when you're putting it in, gotta squeeze it in between Destroya and 2000, ignoring that Megaguirus is here and not over here. It goes with all the other Sony stuff and the other Godzilla Blu-rays for the Heisei era. So, I mean, sometimes you just gotta, like, sacrifice yourself for one movie you don't like, just so it looks nicer on a shelf. Case in point, I don't like the Turn A Gundam compilation movies. I feel like they completely undercut the meaning of the show because of how much they cut out. And I own the DVD, and that's where I watched it, and I bought the Blu-ray. It's not here yet, which is why you're not looking at the Blu-ray, but yeah, I did buy the Blu-ray for this. I'm glad there is a Blu-ray, though, because there absolutely should have been, and that's one less thing that's DVD only for Gundam, which is actually probably a good thing. In the camp of things that I like now, because I didn't fully understand them when the first time I watched them, Gundam Igloo. When I watched this way back prior to its Blu-ray release, I watched it, didn't like it very much. Ended up buying the Blu-ray because Gundam collection. Ended up watching it again and actually kind of enjoying it. So I think it was just, I realized that Igloo is kind of made for the hardcore Gundam fans that know stuff from mangas and novels and you want to see all that animated. And it's actually not that bad in that context, but if you're like a new Gundam fan like I was when I first watched it, it does not hit as well. So there is that. But I didn't like it when I purchased the Blu-ray, and that's what matters. Hey, Dragon Ball fans, feel free to drag me through the mud for this one because I deserve it. Yeah, At least I don't own it on Blu-ray. No, but in all seriousness, Dragon Ball Evolution is one of the weirdest adaptations because if you take all the Dragon Ball naming off of it, this is just a mediocre kung fu movie. Like, seriously, it's just a mediocre kung fu movie. It follows all those tropes, and then they slap Dragon Ball character names on it, and that's pretty much it. Because, I mean, it's got... This movie's, like, weird and dumb, but it's a mediocre American kung fu movie that happens to have the Dragon Ball name. And you know they put no effort into this because they... Why is it called the Z Edition? We're not talking about it anymore. It should come as no surprise with Power Rangers. This is also a case. Ninja Steel, Super Ninja Steel. Neither of these seasons I really liked. I liked the crossover episode of Super Ninja Steel. Here we are. Got them both on DVD. Again, it's just one of those cases where I have the other 20-something seasons, so why not? But yet here I am again, getting the Power Rangers Limited Collector's Edition. And I didn't even like the movie. I saw it in theaters, was like, that was cool. The problem I have with this movie is that it was very much a lot of setup that doesn't mean anything because it's not going anywhere. In the context of the actual film itself, I feel like not that much happens. This is a cool little edition that comes with like mini posters and stuff, and there's a ton of bonus features, which is really nice. Again, staring at the MCU going, why can't you have this? But yeah, no, I bought a fancy limited edition for this movie. And I would have kept buying it if there was any sequels, if it hadn't lost two companies so much money they never wanted to touch it again. But anyways, it's just, I don't know why I keep buying stuff when I'm like, I don't like this. And then I own it anyways on disc after I've already decided I don't like it. I don't know. So let's go over to Corner Marvel. Yeah, I own this. Yeah, I saw it in theaters. Yeah, I didn't like it that much. Yeah, I still bought the Ultimate 2-disc edition. I own every X-Men movie, and I own them all on Blu-ray, and this one is no different. In fact, I'm not even going to throw Apocalypse in here, because I actually kind of liked Apocalypse when I watched it, but I didn't watch it till the Blu-ray, so it doesn't count. This is the only one where I saw it beforehand, didn't like it, and decided, yeah, I'm still going to buy the Blu-ray. Also, case in point, Black Widow. Also, this release is insulting, because this release has freaking like 11 minutes of bonus features, and they put like an hour-long special on Disney Plus, and I'm like, it's not even a Disney Plus original. What are you doing? Yeah, didn't like this one. I have other examples, but the thing is, the other MCU movies I didn't like, I never saw in theaters. For the most part, if I ended up seeing it in theaters, I ended up liking it. I think just because the theater experience is good. But I think even if I saw this one in theaters, I still probably wouldn't like it that much. But that's because, for some reason, the Black Widow movie wasn't a spy movie. It's like making a Wolverine movie where he doesn't stab anybody with claws. Or his backstory is overly complicated and contradicts everything we've seen before. These two are birds of a feather in a way. Anyways, that's just my thoughts on those. Actually, one more thing. There are more bonus features on this than Black Widow. We have failed as a society. Let's play a fun little game. Which of these movies do I like and which ones don't? Yeah, okay. This is just kind of sort of getting into that. I got all the movies in the franchise I like. I love Transformers. I don't love the Transformers movies as much. I did quite enjoy this one when it came out, and I probably should honestly revisit it. Actually, I probably should revisit all of these just to see them again. I did enjoy this one. No regrets buying that one. Boy, Revenge of the Fallen was a film. Yeah, we're going to add that to the pile of why did I buy this? Dark of the Moon. This is actually the second copy I own because they pulled some super BS, which is they released Dark of the Moon with basically no bonus features, and then a couple months later they released the Blu-ray 3D, Blu-ray DVD digital copy edition, which actually had like bonus features, like an entire third disc, an entire third disc of bonus features. Look, here's the thing. Dark of the Moon is not a movie I hate because honestly, like, I don't like Revenge of the Fallen that much. I think there's like a good couple scenes, but I don't like this movie in general. Whereas with Dark of the Moon, I actually like this one probably the best out of the original trilogy, only because the action sequences are shot like action sequences with giant robots, not like human POV action sequences. Like, they pull the camera back a whole lot, so it's a lot more readable. And it's got Star Trek references. So we'll put this in the light camp. Here we got Age of Extinction. Age of Extinction is a movie I didn't see in theaters, and I didn't like it, and I bought it because I hadn't seen it, and I got this whole Steelbook and everything. but we'll put this in the don't like camp. All right, last night. This movie is hilarious. I don't think it was meant to be hilarious, but it is. This movie is an absolute, like, disaster travesty. I saw it in theaters, and I bought the Blu-ray anyways. Yep. And then there's Bumblebee, which I didn't get to see in theaters because December 2018 was the most packed month for movies. And I actually love this one. Probably my favorite live-action Transformers movie. Wow, it's like a 50-50 split of 3 I don't like and 3 I do, and I own all 6. But honestly, at this point, should we be surprised? To mix things up a little bit, here is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2014. I bought a Steelbook on sale, saw the movie, didn't really like it that much. There were elements I liked, but I watched it a second time, and I still didn't like it that much. So naturally, of course, I'm like, yeah, I'm probably never going to buy this movie again, because I don't ever really plan on watching it again. Then Out of the Shadows came out, and this came with it. And so now I own this movie a second time. So while I have this Steelbook, I also own it again because this was a 2-movie collection, and while I could have just bought the Out of the Shadows Blu-ray and saved myself a bunch of money, no, I had to get reversible masks and a giant turtle van dump truck thing lunchbox tin. They got me with the packaging. They got me to buy a movie I didn't like a second time because of fancy packaging. I might be truly lost. So DC has some kind of hold over me. I think I just love their universe of characters, because I have bought a bunch of stuff that I don't even like. For example, Superman Brainiac Attacks. I've gone for years about how much I don't like this movie. I watched it once on Toonami, did not like it, have not revisited it. I own it on Blu-ray of all things. I didn't buy it on DVD when it came out. I did only buy it on Blu-ray when it was like $5. Injustice. Probably the worst DC animated movie I've ever seen. It serves zero purpose to me because it doesn't work as a prequel to the games. It doesn't work as an adaptation of the comic. I didn't like it. Still bought it anyways. I did wait for a sale. Justice League Apocalypse War, a movie that I thought, oh hey, it's ending a universe. That could be kind of exciting and thrilling and stuff, and it just became gore porn. Seriously, there's so many characters dismembered and destroyed in this thing, I started even blanking out who even like died and who lived, and a bunch of them became cyborgs. I didn't like this movie. I mean, it's hilarious because of how bad it is, and I didn't really like the DC Showcase Adam Strange short either. I only own this because it's a collection. And here's the thing. There's like 65 direct-to-video animated DC movies, and there's 3 of them that I saw prior that I didn't like. There's others I don't like too, but I already owned them at the time. What's 3 out of 60, right? All right, so anyways, here's some other things. For example, I didn't like The Suicide Squad. Now, that does not mean I think it was a bad film. I think this was a brilliantly made movie. Every technical level, it's fantastic. I didn't like the storyline. I didn't like most of the characters. And in general, I probably will never watch this movie again outside of that 3-minute sequence where Harley Quinn escapes her captors, because that was honestly really amazing. I just didn't jive with the comedy or a lot of the storytelling or a lot of the characters. So, yeah. Probably wondering, why'd you go getting the 4K Steelbook edition then? Because I own every other DCEU movie on Steelbook, so why was I going to let this one stop me? I mean, I own Wonder Woman 84 on Steelbook, and that one's not great either, so at least this is a good movie that I just didn't like. Okay, so here's Justice League's Steelbook. Yeah, this is what I mean. I have DCEU Steelbooks. Theatrical Justice League, I liked parts of it. Turns out those parts of it were the part that Zack Snyder shot. I am not actually keeping Theatrical Justice League in here. I imported the UK edition of Zack Snyder's Justice League because I wasn't sure if HBO Max was going to let it go to Blu-ray. It did ultimately. I really like that version of the movie. That's why it's here. But still, DC, they got some weird hold on me. I'm sorry I do this. I bought Green Lantern day one on Blu-ray because they were like, extended cut, and I was like, maybe that'll fix the problems of the movie. Joker's another one, just like the Suicide Squad, where I really respect the film as a film. I think it's fantastically made. I didn't actually really like it that much. It just didn't jive with me. I thought the best scene was the one with the talk show host at the end. You know what I'm talking about if you've seen it. Really fantastic stuff. Great, movie, but, for a lot of reasons, I felt like this was Oscar bait movie with the Joker name slapped on it. And that's fine. It's actually a really good film in the film context, but as a DC fan, I was kind of like, eh. Anyways, I still own it. Yeah, I don't have any excuses for this one. Nor do I have any excuses for this one. And actually, in fact, the fact that I own Shaquille O'Neal's Steel movie, I mean, I really love the character of Steel, but, like, the movie ain't great. The fact I own this on DVD is my excuse for pretty much everything else. It's like, oh, if I own Steel on DVD, I might as well own Joker. I got a worse example, and it's the one that's going to close out the video. Okay, so, like, I thought Titans Season 1 was kind of decent. I thought there was a lot of good ideas. I felt like it needed a little bit more budget, maybe a little more time. I thought the way the season ended was kind of ridiculously cliffhangery. And I was like, okay, yeah, this show didn't totally work, but there's potential. And then Season 2 happened. Season 2, I'll give them credit. They wrapped up the cliffhanger of Season 1 in, like, the most piss-poor way possible. And then they did some solid episodes building up Deathstroke, and then it all just sort of fell apart from there. And by the end of the show, I was like, I really don't care to ever watch this show again, nor do I even want to continue into Season 3. I still watch Season 3. I have a problem. That being said, I came out of Season 2 going, I hate this show and I really don't want to ever watch it again, and yet here I am, owning the Blu-rays. Also, I don't know if I'm going to watch Season 4. Season 3 really burned me out, and I don't even know if I'm going to pick up Season 3 on Blu-ray, also because they haven't announced a US release. There's only been a Canadian release. If it happens, I'm probably going to end up with it. If it doesn't, I'm not going to be crying any tears over it. This is a case of, I didn't like this show, nor do I have a plan to go back to it. Actually, there's some moments in both seasons that I would watch again, and I actually did when I bought the Blu-rays, and I was checking the discs to make sure they were working and all that. I was like, oh, let me watch that scene where Starfire's powers ignite in Season 1. Let me watch that scene in Season 2 where it was a flashback, and it was really fun. But other than that, I mean, I don't like this show, and yet I own it. I don't know if this video is anything besides just, like, self-therapy. So at the end of the day, is it a terrible thing that I own all this, even though I don't like hardly any of it? Probably. I mean, personal finance-wise, it's horrible. At least lately, I've been good at getting things on sale. That doesn't make it good, though. Let me know in the comments if you've ever bought stuff that you actively dislike just because you wanted to finish a set. I don't really know. I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing. I think there is a level of commitment that I have definitely set myself out to strive for. That being said, I own Dragon Ball Evolution on DVD. So, whose fault is that? Mine, and mine alone. Anyways, I don't know where this was all going, besides just sort of really exposing the fact that I've bought a lot of stuff I actually don't like, just to complete a collection. Which may not be the best thing. But if you enjoyed it, hit the like button, leave a comment down below. Tell me which thing, just chastise me for anything that I own that I shouldn't have ever bought. If you think any of this was egregious, any of the other things in this video besides what's right here, go for it. Tear me apart in the comments. It's okay. I know what I was doing by doing this video. Also hit the subscribe button and notification bell for future disc discussions, hopefully ones that are less slapdash. This was done because a package was delayed and delayed all my other videos, but, you know, stuff on the channel. And also be sure to check out Hero Club at hero-club.com for movie news and more, and my awesome graphic designer on Twitter at darkclaw643, and until next time, this is Soundout saying goodbye.